Hey everyone, BNSF 9382 here with a update on my bridge situation. As you know from a previous video, I cut out a section of the bench work so I could incorporate a couple bridges. Well, I got a couple things in the mail the other day, so I'm making a little bit of progress. Let me show you what I got and show you my vision for what this is going to look like. Bear with me as I move this phone around and show you what I've been working on. This road bed here on what I'm calling, for now I'm calling the main line. The cork road bed is down, and the Code 83 Atlas Flex Track is temporarily tacked in place. Nothing's soldered, and nothing's permanent as far as the track work goes. The road bed is glued down. So let me show you what I got. I have 30-inch radius curves on both sides back here by the window, and I'll show you that. So bear with me as I move this camera around. Okay, again, this is a 30-inch radius curve. Goes around the back side of the layout. Toward the window at the back of the garage. I always try to mark the center points of my radius, so in case I have to adjust something or I want to use that point again, I've got that point marked out, so I know exactly where the point is for this radius. But, just a tip, a reminder. Okay, this is a 30-inch radius curve again. Kind of straightens out a little bit here for about a foot, and then it crosses over the truss bridge, comes around, starts about another 30-inch radius curve on this side. As you can see, I did leave a little bit of room on the back side, not like my previous version where I ran the track really close to the wall. So I left room over here for scenery, buildings, whatever the case. So something that I definitely changed from the previous version. But let me see if I can get this camera set down here and kind of give you an idea of what I've been working on. There we go. This truss bridge is going to be supported by two double track truss bridge piers from Walthers. I got those in the mail. I really like those. They're very solid resin. They're painted fairly nicely. They can be weathered and painted, but I really like them. They're nice and heavy and solid. They're not like plaster that cracks and you have to be a little more careful with. So they're a little pricey, but they are very nice. So I have two of those, one on either side of this bridge. So I'm going to show you a close-up here of, because of the road bed on top, the foam, everything I got going on. I did have to put a little spacer down there on the bottom of these bridge piers. It's a couple strips of balsa wood to get everything to line up. Not a big issue. That'll all be hidden by scenery or whatever the case. So that's the piers that I'm going to use to support this bridge. But I also used this Walthers bridge track for crossing the bridges. I bought two of these. They're not cheap, but I am very happy with them. It seems to be working very nice. I had to cut it down, or actually make it a little longer. I wanted the bridge ties to line up with the exact end of either end of the bridge. So I did have to splice it a little bit. You can see the splice joint there, but I think once it's painted and weathered and all that, I think it'll be pretty nice. One thing I did while installing this bridge was I left room in here to slide the rail joiner off. I can slide the rail joiner back onto this rail so I can remove the bridge and track when I need to work on it or whatever. You know, eventually that'll all be filled in with other ties and blended in, but I wanted to have a way that this was removable so I could work on the scenery and the details. But that's pretty much what we have going on so far with the bridge. But as you can hear and see, it's very smooth. That Walther's bridge track, very nice and smooth. No complaints, other than it is a little pricey. But anyway, that's the main truss bridge that I wanted to get incorporated. I also bought 2 of these end pieces that are going to support this double track bridge. This will come farther on down the road. Don't know exactly how I'm going to incorporate this or detail it out, but so far so good. With a 1/2 inch piece of foam on the bottom, everything on the top pretty much lines up. Might have to do a little bit of tweaking on that once I get road bed and the track across the top. But the bridge that's a couple miles from my house is very similar to this, and it has, I've got some pictures of it, but it has piping. You know, I don't know if it's water pipes or sewage or electrical pipes, or I don't know what it is, but it has piping running down at least this near side, and it has walkways and handrails on it. So handrails, I'd be open for ideas on how to install or attach handrails to this. Again, I might be biting off more than I can chew as far as the detail, but I think having handrails on this would go a long way to add to the realistic look that I'm going for, or that we all try to go for. But anyway, at some point I'm going to, goof around it and try to figure out how to put some handrails on this and some walkways on either side. But anyway, let me know what you think. So, the vision for this cutout is going to be a modern freeway. As you know, I live here in Southern California, and I'm about 3 miles from the I-5 freeway in San Diego County. So pretty much everywhere we go, and you go across town, it seems like you always get on the freeway. So my vision for the bridges are a little dated, obviously, but I want the freeway to be modern. So all the new construction and freeways they're building out here are all concrete, and all the retaining walls are concrete. So my vision for these retaining walls is a modern looking concrete wall. Again, in a perfect world, I'd like to incorporate some type of design into it. They don't seem to build just flat concrete walls. They always try to incorporate some type of architectural design into them. So if anybody has any ideas on how I can do that, I'd appreciate it. I kicking around a couple ideas of using thin strips of balsa to act as the concrete itself, to go from top to bottom. I think that's 5 inches, 4.5, 5 inches. So I could use one strip of balsa and attach some type of design to it, and then just paint it like a concrete color, or use styrene or whatever the case. But Again, I'd like some ideas and recommendations on how to construct a modern concrete retaining wall. And I'd like to do that on both sides. And again, the basic vision here is the metal ruler in the middle represents a median. The two wooden rulers represent the inside shoulders. Then I have 3 northbound and 3 southbound lanes with room for another shoulder on the exterior of the lanes, or inside, however you want to look at it. But that's kind of the vision. Have a median going down the middle with vegetation in it. And again, shoulder parking area, emergency parking on both sides. I am going to either purchase or build a concrete pier, some type of concrete stanchion or whatever you call it, to support the center of this 2-track bridge. It'll go down and sit in the median and won't interfere with the freeway traffic or whatever the case. But again, I've watched a lot of videos, a lot of really good videos, but I can't recall seeing a video with a freeway running underneath the train tracks. So I've seen a lot of overpasses and Rick's products and things like that with overpass bridges. Well, I want to do the opposite. So I'm going to have the freeway underneath the train tracks. So anyway, if you have any ideas or recommendations on how to detail this and make this look modern, I'd appreciate it. I guess that's about it for now. The other idea, I don't know about other parts of the country, but here in Southern California, the lane dividers are raised bumps in the road. I don't know what they're called, reflectors or whatever they are. You know, they work great in bad weather. They don't fade. You know, the paint striping and stuff always fades off the highways. So if anybody has any recommendations on how I can, you know, put those raised lane dividers in here, that would be cool. I think that's how they do it here in Southern California, and I think most major freeways have those in them. So anyway, ideas on how to detail out and build this freeway would be appreciated. Also, most of the freeways here, the center line here between the median and the shoulder is typically made with K-rails all the way down. So I will either try to make my own K-rails or use the, you know, BLMA or whatever products for that. So the median will be K-rails or some version of that. So anyway, enough of me rambling on. It's going on 14 minutes. So anyway, ideas, recommendations, appreciate it. And I guess that's about it for now. BNSF 9382